Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Clannad. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much. Over the past couple of weeks, I have gotten 20, almost 20 subscribers, and that may not seem like a lot to you, but to me, that is just unbelievable. I never thought that so many people would actually be interested, in myself playing video games because it's just done so much on YouTube. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you. And I don't know, it's, it's just something that a lot of people wouldn't think is a lot. And I don't know, it's just to me, it is a lot. And it means a lot to me. So thank you. Thank you very much. And yeah, so I guess let's just jump right into Clannad. After that little thank you. So it's April 21st, a Monday. Morning. Even though I'm wide awake, I remain in bed. I wonder if Furukawa's fever has come down. I wonder if she's waiting for me on the way again. But chasm has been, a deep chasm's been dug between the two of us because of what happened on Saturday. If I could feel it, then being more sensitive to other people's relationship than I am, she should definitely feel it too. And for these 2 days, her effort had only ended up hurting other people. And I call myself an idiot. I also called her one as well. She really is an idiot. I'm probably really insensitive without even realizing it. She really is a weak person. In the end, I'm no different from those classmates who constantly hurt her. I wonder if she understands that too. I'll head out when afternoon classes start. Resigned to that, I bury myself under the covers. I finally leave the house as lunch break begins.
岡崎
Someone calls out to me as I climb the hill. A familiar voice.
よう奇遇じゃん
Fancy meeting you here. It's Sunohara. He's late getting to school as well.
一緒に行こうぜ
Why don't we walk together? Moreover, everything began because of his words. He didn't mean anything by it, but to me, those words were a bit rude. Well, to begin with, I'm also that way. Simply put, you could call me that sort of person. Forcing myself to be with such people, and then not paying attention, hurting them without even noticing it. I should have warned her from the beginning. I'm not worthy of her, since I'm a delinquent.
桜全部散っちゃったね
All the cherry blossoms have scattered around. Yeah, but even still, knowing that, and forcing myself in, she was there. Being with a person like me, that's all she could do.
飯は
How about lunch? I haven't eaten yet.
ならカバン置いたら学食行こうぜ
Well then, why don't you drop off your bag and go to the cafeteria? Yeah, I guess so.
じゃあ急がないとね食う時間なくなっちまうよ
We'll get stuck with leftovers if we don't hurry up. Look up. Yeah, we'll look outside the window. I look outside the window. The blue and green contrast with each other as I look below. And there she is, Furukawa. So you made it to school. She's eating her bread as well as she can. She looks the same as before. Last week, I was right next to her. But now, I'm up here just watching
お
you.
い岡崎急げよ昼休み終わっちまうぞ
Hey, Okazaki, let's hurry up. Lunch break's almost over. I hear Sunohara's voice calling me. Yeah, okay. Just then, Furukawa noticed me. Does she know it's me? Taking the bread away from her mouth, she places it upon her knees. Furukawa at me as if she's about to cry. Does she remember what happened last Saturday? She hides her face. Furukawa, I need to get away from here at some point. I just can't handle her looking at me anymore. But I can't move, even though Sunohara has called me several times. Yet, I continue to stare at her. She raises her head once again, and then she waves her hand. She waves her hand at me, and she's trying her best to smile too. I want to reward her for her great effort. Sorry, I'm starting to cry. If she still needs me. Sunohara, hang on to this for me. Handing my bag to Sunohara, I sprint down the corridor. I'm trying hard too. Furukawa is opening some more bread. I sit down beside her. I didn't bring any food with me, so there's nothing else to do but wait.
よかったです。
I'm glad
勇気出して。
I've managed to gather up my courage. And before I knew it, Furukawa moved the bread away from her mouth.
頑張って。手振って。よかったです。
I'm glad I tried so hard to wave to you.
岡崎さん、降りてきてくれました。
And then you came down here. Yeah, don't worry about it. Didn't I promise that I'd come if you called me?
でも、あんなことがあった後だから。
But after what happened, for those of you who may not remember what happened, between this episode and part 6, which is what she's referring to, she had asked Okazaki, Tomoya, to play basketball with her after she found out that he used to play, without realizing what had happened to him with his father and the reason why he can't play it anymore. And because of that, she feels really bad.
私、岡崎さん傷つけてしまいましたから。
And I've hurt you as well, Okazaki. You were crying, weren't you? Were you crying just now?
はい、泣きそうでした。
Yes, I was. That's fine then. You can stop crying now.
はい、よかったです。不安だったですけど、すごく安心できました。
Yes, I feel better now. Although I was worried before, I feel really relieved now. Sniff. She makes that sound. As I glance at her, Furukawa's crying. The tears are flowing out of her eyes, running down her cheeks, and falling from her chin onto her bread. She must have been really, really worried. She might have been lying in her bed worrying about it. I curse myself for being so insensitive. I take the bread from her hands, tearing off the part that's been soaked by her tears, and then I shove it into my mouth. I wonder what she thinks of that. It's just that I don't want those tears to dry up, since I'm the one who made her cry. You're a fool, but that's fine with me.
そうでしょうか。
Is that so? Since I think so. We're here in the same place. We're doing just fine, being in a place far away from others who are too serious with themselves. I'm crying! I'm so sorry, guys. This part makes me cry. I chew the bread that's in my mouth. For some reason, her tears have a nostalgic taste. They have the same taste as those tears of mine, shed as a child. Oh no. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if if he was going to go on and explain about his childhood, I would have cried, like, bawled. Huh. I just noticed something. There's no one sitting next to me. Is he back at the dorm, or has he gone out to play? I began to wonder if he was planning to skip class. I'm really bored. When Sunohara's not here, I can't relieve my stress. I leave the room for a change of scenery. Guess I'll go buy some juice. The school's cafeteria is deserted. I buy an 80 yen juice from the vending machine and drink it as I head back to class. If you guys don't know the conversion of US dollars to yen, or yen to US dollars, 80 yen would be like 80 cents here, or roughly around. Of course, eating or drinking in the hallway is prohibited, so if a teacher sees me, I'll be in trouble. I finish the juice as I enter. I toss the empty carton into the trash, then head to my seat. Sunohara's arrived as well, yawning without a care in the world. Were you off sleeping somewhere?
まあね。で、
Kinda. Well,
6時間目ってなんだっけ？
well, what do we have for sixth period? Just look around and you'll figure it out.
ん？
The girls have already left the classroom, transforming it into a boys' changing room.
体育？移動だる。
Physical education? Seems so dead.
今日何やるって？
What are we doing today?
サッカーだってよ。
Soccer.
だる。
That's boring.
おっと、これはがぜんやる気が出てまいりましたね。
Well, I'm suddenly psyched. Oh, you're an ex-member of the soccer club. You just want to show off.
へん。格の違いってもう見せてやるさ。
I'll show you something new. Instead of actually teaching anything, the instructor just makes us play a match. It's so we feel like we're getting a break from studying. Even though I never bother to play, he doesn't say a word. It all feels like a throwaway baseball match.
よっしゃ！ハットトリック！
Oh god. All right, a hat trick! Only the voice of the former soccer club member echoes enthusiastically.
帰ろうぜ！
Let's go home! You sure have a wonderful school life.
ん？
You only go through this phase of your life once, so enjoy it while you can.
当然。
Of course!
さて、今日の本番はこれからだな。
Alright, now for the main course. Yeah, good luck, and have fun. Taking my bag, I leave the classroom first.
おい、一緒に行かねえの？
Hey, aren't you coming? There's something I need to do. Not bothering to elaborate, I make my way towards the hallway. After the incident happened, well, it's not so much that it happened, but we're just trying our best to pretend that nothing happened.
岡崎さん、
Furukawa rushes over to me in a panic. I wonder if she was looking for me. What's the matter?
校内の団子大家族が全部。
The big Dango family within the school has... Her words are a bit rushed, so I don't quite understand what she's talking about. Let me guess what she's trying to say. The big Dango family has invaded the school. The big Dango family has invaded the school? Something like that would certainly make her panic.
違います。団子たちはそんなことしません。
That's not it. The Dango wouldn't do something like that.
団子たちは自分たちの生活に一生懸命なんですから。
They're living their lives to the fullest.
大家族だから大変なんです。本当に。
They're a family, so that would really be
兄
terrible.
弟喧嘩とか絶えないんです。
Even though the siblings sometimes bicker with each other, they still pull through. No, I don't think the Dango would be placed in such a situation.
置いておいてじゃなく、しないんです。
They're not placed in a situation. They won't. Yeah, okay, they won't. Clasping her hands to her chest, she remains silent for a while. And it seems like doing so has calmed her down a little. I too remain silent and wait.
団子大家族のビラが全部剥がされてるんです。
Someone has taken down all the big Dango family posters. Now I get what's going on.
どうしてこんなことに。
I wonder why they would do something like that. I didn't see this one coming. For Furukawa to be silent like this, she's got to be really uneasy. In short, the time for recruiting club members was now over. I think we just got broadsided. We don't have an advisor, let alone any members, and the club was already disbanded. That's how it is right now. With it already being so hard to manage, it would be nearly impossible to get approval for the club. Furukawa was becoming more and more depressed. Suddenly, Furukawa's name is called through the school speakers.
至急生徒会室まで来てください。
This is urgent. Please come to the student council room. So the broadcast says.
なんでしょう。
I wonder why. She turns to me. She inclines her head, looking worried, giving me a look that says she doesn't remember doing anything wrong. She never thought, even in her dreams, that something like this would happen. Even though I really don't like the situation, it's not any of my business anymore. Even if you regret it now, it's too late. You'll probably learn something new from this. Hey, Furukawa. I explained the seriousness of the current situation as simply as I could.
そうだったんですか。
So that's it. I didn't think they'd be so strict about it. I'm sorry.
いえ、岡崎さんは何も悪くないです。
No, it's not your fault, Okazaki-san.
責任はすべて部長のこの私にありますから。
This is all my responsibility as the club president. The situation might not turn you into a club president, though. She stiffened.
いえ、大丈夫です。きっとちゃんと説明すれば分かってくれます。
No, it'll be okay. If I explain it to them properly, I'm sure they'll understand. That'd be great if that happens. If you mention it in the council room, they'll be divided on the issue. But it'd be great if at least one of them understands.
生徒の代表として選ばれた人たちですから、いい人たちに決まってます。
They were chosen to represent the students, so I'm sure they're nice people. Apparently I cannot talk right today. I guess so. I don't want to worry her any more than this. I should try to be optimistic, just like she is. That's right. Is the cafeteria still open?
どうしてですか？
Why do you ask? Come on, let's go. I buy the last remaining onpon.
アンパンですか？
Hold this. I place the bread in her hand. With this, give it your best shot.
とてつもなく不安になってきました。
This is unreasonable. It's making me nervous. It's all right. Just take it. One of the onpon fell out of her hand and onto the floor. She bent down to pick it up, but another onpon fell from her hand.
こんなに持っていけないんですけど。
Well, I can't hold all of these. I'll pick the onpon off the floor. Just
じ
go.
ゃあ、お願いします。
Okay, thanks. And she's finally on her way. And yet another fell from her hand. I think I'm worrying too much. I wait for her to come back. After 10 minutes, she returns. That was quick.
はい、
Well, how'd it go?
困りました。
I'm in trouble. What do you mean? What did they say?
部員の募集と活動を一切禁ずるって。
I'm not allowed to recruit any club members. Uh-oh, that's not good at all. Did you just obediently say I understand them?
いえ、相談してきますって。
No, I'm here to talk about it. With who?
岡崎さん。
With you, Okazaki-san. What exactly am I here? What exactly am I here? I think what I'm gonna do is negotiate with them in Furukawa's place. Let me give it a shot.
いいんですか？
Huh? Is that okay? Yeah, they seem to be the stubborn type.
申し訳ないです。
But you don't have to do this. It's alright. I leave her behind and head to the student counselor room. Student counselor room. I read the plate attached to the door as I stand before it. The council's completely unrelated to me, being the good-for-nothing I am. If I had known the council president, I think this would have been settled quicker. Somehow, this makes me feel dragged down. If I could, I'd like to stay out of this as much as possible. But I have to get back those big Dongle family posters she made. Without knocking, I stepped inside, passing through the open door. Inside was a long rectangular desk used for council meetings. And at the end of the room is some guy typing away at a computer. There's a bunch of onpon piled up beside him. You're not going to be able to eat all that before it gets stale.
誰ですか？
Who are you? He raises his head and peers at me. How should I put it? His face looks like the type that would claim student council membership by right of birth. I'm in Furukawa's place. She was in here a while
代
ago.
わり？
In place? Yeah, to discuss that
あなた
matter.
の名前は？
What's your name?
待って
Okazaki.
ください。
Please wait a moment. He picks up one of the posters from the desk, inspecting it
これ
carefully.
には部長古川渚と署名があるだけです。
The only signature written here is President Furukawa Nagisa. Oh,
つまりこの件の責任者は古川渚という生徒だということです。
in short, the one responsible for this matter is Furukawa Nagisa. Right.
お引き取りください。
Please leave. His eyes return to the computer. Hey, hang on! Listen here, you. I came all the way down here, and that's the kind of treatment you're gonna give
わ
me?
ざわざも何もお呼びした覚えがありません。
You may have come in here, but I don't remember calling you. I told you I came here in place of Furukawa.
代役は認められません。
We don't accept substitutes. And why is that?
話がこじれるからです。
Our conversation's only going to get worse.
話し合いとはそういうものですよ。間に入る人の数が多いほど話はこじれ時間を無駄にする。
People will be filling into this room as we talk, and it's only going to get more complicated, so please don't waste your time. Even though he's trying to overwhelm me, I continue to keep my cool. This guy's a tough nut to crack. Alright, how about if she talks to you while I'm with her? Is that
あ
okay?
なたに立ち会う権利はありません。
You have no right to listen in on our discussion. And why
わ
not?
かりました。では立ち会うことは認めましょ
Alright then, I will allow you to be by her
う。し
side.
かし発言は認めません。
But you have no right to speak, though. That's the same
我
then.
々は責任を持つ人間とのみ話し合うと決めているのです。
We have lots of things to do, so we will decide what we need to discuss.
部員の意見は前もってその責任者がまとめておくべきなのです。
The view of the council is that this should have been settled by now. She's not that strong with
そん
speeches.
なことは私が知ったことじゃありません。
I don't know anything about that. I'm not in the mood to fight him with words. I never
何
knew.
がですか？
Knew what? that the student council consisted of cold-hearted students like
え
you.
え、
Really? The man
一
approved.
部の生徒にそう思われるのは致し方ありませんね。悲しいこと
Even
ですが。
oops. Even though it's sad, part of the student body wants things to be handled this way. So he's saying that some students actually support this kind of council? I don't care anymore. I turn around. Oh, by the way, I turn back as I remember something. Finish up that anton over there. Saying that, I leave the room. Furukawa approaches me as I make my way to the courtyard.
どうでしたか？
How'd it go? Hey,
は
Furukawa,
い。
just forget about what happened.
無視するって、そういうのは良くないことです。
Ignoring it isn't a good idea. Indeed it isn't. But the student council won't be the one looking into it.
でも、生徒会の言うことですから。
But the student council said... I'm saying I don't approve of them. There wasn't anyone in there who's willing to help. Are you saying that we have to obey what the selfish student council says? Hey, Furukawa? Besides, aren't we delinquents? Later that day, just after school, we put the club recruitment posters back up. There's a yellow-colored head below us as we go down the
あ
hill.
れは、岡崎さんのお友達の方ではないでしょうか。
That person! Isn't he your friend? I suppose. He's getting closer.
何やってたんだよ、岡崎。
What you doing, Okazaki? What
こん
now?
にちは。
Good afternoon.
ほら、見ろよ、これ。
Hey, check this out. He ignores Furukawa's greeting and points to the thing that's hanging on his shoulder. It's an electric guitar. It even has a small amplifier and a
知
strap.
り合いに借りてきたんだぜ。
I borrowed it from someone I know. Why'd you borrow it?
お前ね、昨日の話を忘れたのか？
Hey, have you forgotten about yesterday?
吉野祐介が僕のギターを聴いてくれるって、そういう話だっただろ？
I'm talking about Yoshino Yuuske listening to me play guitar, right? Oh yeah. But you know, you'll probably just end up snapping that guitar in two.
いや、こいつの持ち主に一つだけ技を教えてもらったんだ。
No, the guy who owns it showed me how to use this
素
thing.
人の僕にもできるってよ。
Even an amateur like me can do it. Is that even possible? Show me.
ああ、待てよ。
Alright, hang on. He turns on the amplifier, making sure the sound is working.
行くぞ。
Here goes. Right.
必殺ギタースケラッチ！
Oh god. Special guitar scratch! Scraping the guitar pick along, he tilts his head way back. Oh
どう
god.
だ？弾けるやつっぽいだろ？
How was that? Wasn't I quite the guitarist there? Well, quite, but not the guitarist. And also, it isn't scratch. I think it's scratch.
ふん、ちゃんと考えてあるさ。僕が今の技を繰り出した後に、すかさずお前はこう言ってくれ。
Just think about it. If I were to show you all my skills now, you'd definitely say I'm amazing. And how would I do that?
さすがだ、スノハラ。だがもうやめとけ。あとはお前のファンのために取っておきな。
You're so amazing, Sunohara, but I guess you should stop now. Save the best for your fans.
てな。
Something like that.
するとどうだ？実はすごくうまいんだけど、もったいぶって弾かないやつに見えるだろ？
Well, how's that? The truth is I'm really good, so if I get it on, you'll see me as the real guitarist, right? It would be better if I see for myself first. Is it really okay trying to pull something like this?
ほら、行くぞ！
Come on, let's go. He pulls me along as he says that. Hey, wait! I glance back at Furukawa.
頑張ってきてください。
Please do your best. Yeah, okay. I let Sunohara drag me along as I bid Furukawa farewell.
必殺ギタースケラッチ
Secret skill, guitar scratch! Pulling the string, he tilts his head, or he tilts his neck. What? Oh, he lets his neck slide back. Sorry. And probably due to pulling the string too hard, it seems to have snapped against his fingers. Oh no. The pick drops.
弦の跡ついたよ
The echo following the string! Without a moment's delay, I said, Impressive, Sunohara, but give it up. Do this to pick up your fans afterwards.
お前ら
You guys
バンドじゃなくてお笑いコンビだったのか。
aren't really in a band, but a comedic duo, huh?
悪いがお笑いはわからないんだ。
I'm sorry, but I don't quite get the joke. He dashes off.
お前のせいで勘違いされただろ
Thanks to you, he totally misunderstood.
サインどうしてくれるんだよ
How am I gonna get his autograph now? Go chase after him. Sunohara runs off, desperately trying to explain. I don't know how he managed it, but Yoshino Yuuske returned to the bench with a serious expression.
確かに漫談で楽器を使うというのは見たことあるがな。
Well, from what you said, you use musical instruments, as I can see.
だから違うっす
That's why I said that's off.
僕ら真剣っす
We're serious,
でも全く弾けないんだろ。
but you can't play at all, can you?
あとスケラッチじゃなくてスクラッチな。
Besides, it's not scratch, it's scratch. Okay? Truth is, this guy's been bluffing from the very beginning. Even I'm not actually serious about this.
だろうな。
That's what I
ド
thought.
ラムはモグラ叩きなんかに似ていない。
Playing the drums is nothing like whacking moles.
ですよね
No kidding! But you're the one who said that, weren't you?
けどまあ
But, well,
約束だな。
well, as I promised.
俺のギター聞きたいんじゃなかったのか。
You wanted to hear me play, didn't you?
それとももういいのか。
Or maybe you really don't care, or maybe you don't really care about it anymore?
いやお願いします
No, please! He passes his head through Sunohara's... What? Oh, never mind. I read that wrong. He passes his head through Sunohara's guitar strap. Probably because of how he looks, or maybe because he actually knows what he's doing, he matched the guitar pretty damn well.
どうでもいいが、これ通販の2万円で買えるギターだな。
Not that it really matters, but this is a 20,000 yen mail order guitar, isn't it?
なんか足りないっすか
Oh, that's about good enough?
いや、十分だ。
No, it's fine. Playing a single chord on the instrument, the sound echoed.
え今弾いてるんすかなんか味のある曲っすね
You're not really playing something now, are you? It doesn't really sound like a song.
バカ。チューニングだ。
Idiot, I'm tuning it.
よし。
Here we go. Holding the pick, he finally begins playing his song. Compared to Sunohara's noise, it was completely different. A beautiful melody. He played a loud song with an accompanying melody in the background. Closing my eyes, it was as if I was listening to two guitar players. I couldn't help but be amazed.
むちゃくちゃうまいっすね
You're pretty damn good.
その曲歌はないんすか
So this song doesn't have any vocals? Sunohara asked. Well, I didn't hear any voice singing along either.
歌なんてない。適当に弾いてるだけだ。別に何かの曲を弾いてるわけじゃない。
This isn't really a song. It's just what comes naturally. It's not like I'm playing anything in particular.
そろそろ終わらせるぞ。
I should wrap it up soon. With a large echo at the end, the melody ends.
プロとか目指さないんすか？
You're not hoping to go professional, are you? Sunohara still hung in there, continuing the conversation.
プロか。
A professional, huh?
そんなのどうだっていい。
I don't really care about
俺は
that.
ただ、歌いたい時に歌う。
All I want to do is play because I feel like playing.
そうしてるんだ。
That's all I'm doing. As expected, he threw up a wall, not responding directly to the quarry. I wonder what Sunohara's gonna do. I wonder if this has touched a part of him that's never been reached before.
こうっすか？いててて、指つりそうっす。
Like this! Move my thumb like this? It merely taught him how to play the guitar.
しばらくは、指先もやけどしたように痛くなるぞ。
For a while, your fingertips are going to burn as if they're on
で
fire.
もそれを超えれば、皮も硬くなって楽になるからな。
But once you get past that, your skin will toughen and you'll enjoy it.
そうっすか？頑張るっす。
I see! I'll work hard! Oh, Sunohara.
もうこの場所で仕事するのも、今日が最後だ。
Well, at this point, my work here is done for
も
today.
っと上手くなったらまた聞かせに来い。聞いてやるから。
Oh. When you get a lot better, let me hear you again. I'll be listening. Saying that, he handed Sunohara a business card.
はい。ありがとうございました。
Thanks a lot!
じゃあな。
Later. After giving me a smile, Yoshino Yuuske got into the light truck and drove off.
僕、なんか感動したよ。
I'm somehow so moved.
あんなすごい人に、ど素人の僕がギターを教えてもらえるなんて、
Such an amazing guy, teaching an amateur like me.
めっちゃええ人や。
Such a ridiculous guy. After all that, you didn't even get an autograph.
なのどうだっていいんだよ。
Who cares about that?
これからは僕が上達するたび、その成果を吉野さんに聞いてもらえるんだからさ。
From now on, I'm going to work hard and show Yoshino-san what I can really do. You're seriously going to learn the guitar?
ああ。やるよ僕は。
I can do
待
it.
っててくれよ。吉野
Just
さん。
just you wait and see, Yoshino-san. Sunohara stared off into the distance, watching Yoshino Yuuske disappear. As always, I head to Sunohara's room in the evening. I'm pretty tired. I lie down on the floor and begin reading a magazine.
ああ、興奮したね。エキサイティングだったね。
Yeah, this sure is exciting. It's really great. Sunohara practices with the guitar as I hear the sounds of the string vibrating.
そういやさ、
Hey, that's right. What's that?
お前、あの演劇部の子と付き合ってんだな。
You're dating that girl from the drama club, right? Hold it! I move my body abruptly. What makes you think that?
何って。昼休み、一目散にかけていったじゃないか、お前。
What? Aren't you always in a big hurry during lunch break?
見てたら中庭であの子と落ち合ってた。
Then you're always meeting her in the courtyard. You idiot. Don't get the wrong idea just because of that.
泣いてたじゃないか、あの子。
Wasn't she
お
crying?
前必死で慰めてさ、一つのパンを二人で食ったりしてたじゃないか。
You were desperately trying to comfort her, and didn't the both of you share the bread she was
それ
eating?
で彼女じゃなければどんな関係なんだよ。
If she isn't your girlfriend, then what's your connection with her? I'm just helping out the drama club president.
んなわけあるかよ。
As if I'd believe that.
むちゃくちゃ訳ありな二人に見えたっつーの。
It doesn't really look that way to me.
それに放課後も一緒だったじゃん。
And you're also together with her after
考
school.
えてみりゃ、放課後の野暮用ってのは、あの子と会うことだったんだな。
If you think about it, you're also hanging around her or around with her after school.
そもそもおかしいとは思ったんだよ。お前が部活動に精を出すなんてさ。
And I think it's a bit weird, you having the balls to do club activities. Him having said that, I had no answer. Actually, a lot of things have happened, so it's pretty complicated. It's not just that I'm simply helping her. Maybe I'm being saved by her existence? Oh no, I'm gonna start crying just from that. Uh, sorry guys. Whew. Even if I explained it to him point by point, I don't think he'd get it. So I'll make up a lie then.
な
Actually,
んだよ。
what? Her house is a bakery.
それがどうしたんだよ。
So what about it? It's a really cool bakery. You can see it in magazines and on TV. Well, I wanted to visit it, but not just as a customer. I wanted to get to eat their delicious bread.
ええ。
You'd be able to eat all that delicious bread too if you were friends with her.
マジかよ。
Seriously? Her parents are really generous too. They'd let you eat all the bread you want if you were if you were friends.
へえ、そんな裏があったのか。
So that's your motive.
確かに。お前があんな地味な女を気に入るとも考えにくかったからな。
That makes sense. I just can't picture you being into a simple girl like that. Well, as far as I'm concerned, she's a delicious walking bread shop.
うんうん。なるほどね。
I get it.
よし。僕もその話に乗っていいか。
Alright, I think I'll put this info to use. Damn, me and my big mouth.
いいだろう。僕もご商売に預かりたい。
I want in on this too, do you mind? Yeah, I do. Besides, she really hates you.
マジかよ。ちょっと会っただけなのに。
Really? Even though we haven't really met? She just hates people with blonde hair, I'm afraid.
これか。
This? He indicates a hair that's losing its color from his forelock. And also, Sunohara is hard to read. That hara could also stand for stomach.
ほっとけよ。
Leave it alone! Well, that's about it.
まずは好かれることからか。
I'll make her like me first then. I guess he hasn't given up on the idea. As long as it doesn't turn into a problem, it should be okay. And then we're going to the other world. We haven't seen this in a couple episodes, have we? Whew. The girl created my body. From junk. A piece fell off and stabbed the dead grass in this giant field. As if it were a corpse. Many corpses. Corpses of many different things. I trembled at the thought of it. That's what my body was. But this body was built entirely with this junk. I couldn't calm my shaking arm. If so, that means she could create a doll with a will of its own, just like mine. There was plenty of junk around if you bothered to look. As I'm sure she did for me, I begin to collect pieces of junk with my small body. The girl looks at me curiously. I put the junk together before her eyes. However, even if tightly assembled, it would come apart. The girl did the same as if she finally understood my intention. This time it worked. She points at my body. Do you want a new body? I crossed my arms to motion that I was fine with my body. A friend? Do you want a friend? That's not really it. I just thought if we could create another like myself, we could probably have more fun. Well, the end result would be the same, so I nod. That's right. Being alone is sad, isn't it? I'm sorry. That was not what I meant. However, I could only look up at the girl's face. It might be impossible. Nevertheless, do you want to try? I nod. Then let me try. The girl began to assemble the junk. We were a bit short on parts, so we went outside and searched for more. How many trips have we made? Thinking about it, I began to understand. Making my body must have been just as difficult. We went late into the day looking for junk. Standing on top of the hill, we looked over the horizon. The view of the ground continued on forever, to the far-off distance. I wonder what lies at the end. I compared myself with the grass around me. I couldn't figure it out with this small body. Look! When I turned towards her voice, I see she is holding a lone animal to her chest. Something other than us lives in this world. It had fluffy white fur and two winding horns next to its ears. I didn't like the sight of it. Just like a person, though I'm not a person myself, I won't get along with it. In the first place, we didn't really care about it at all. Even then, the girl liked touching it. After picking it up, she pats its head and stomach. As she does that, she slowly climbs the hill. I follow after her. When we pass the hill, a group of these animals had formed. They vary in shape and size, but are all the same kind of creature. The girl puts down the one she has in her arms. It doesn't look back, walking off and leaving us. I look at them and think, these things don't have a heart. All they do is exist. But even if it doesn't come or become attached to her, she just wasn't going to turn her back on the poor thing. Besides these things, she is the only living thing in this world. That's why the girl wanted to be able to touch the things she liked. As I watched them, the animals start to ruthlessly bite the flowers in the ground. If this sort of thing continues, this greenery will be destroyed. No matter how beautiful they are, no one would find this sort of situation amusing. I put the junk I was holding down onto the ground and drive away the animals by cutting through them. They show no resistance and scatter, only to begin eating the grass again. It was a futile move. What's wrong? Are you angry? The girl's voice came from behind. No, it's just sad. You want to be patted on the head? Well, sure, I'd like that, but I looked closely at the ground that had been mauled. She thought nothing of the nothing of the damage that had been laid waste here. It is sad and lonely. She crouches down and brushes my head. I sort of understood. It can't be helped. There's nothing we can do about it. That's what she said. Yeah, it's something that doesn't change. That's all I could think of that. Alright, and this is where we are going to end it. So I really do hope that you have been enjoying all of the episodes of Clannad so far. And of course, we are going to continue until the very end. So I really do hope that you're enjoying it because of that fact. If you are enjoying this, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and become part of the legacy today. And I will see you guys in the next video. So, bye-bye!